What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys had a fantastic day today, and today we have another massive release reaction for you guys. I really hope you guys are excited for today's video. Today we have another awesome release reaction store for you guys. I think we got some JC Wings, some InFlight, and all kinds of various manufacturers. So I hope you guys are excited for today's video, and without any further delay, let's dive into these. So like I said, I think we have some really good ones. We have 3 easy toys articles to go over here. I about forgot to switch over my monitor, so there we go. Very excited for this, and I hope you guys are as well, and let's dive into all the details, everybody. So let's get started on this Saturday morning. Let's see what we have here. So here's some JC Wing stuff that's supposed to arrive in January. Very excited to see these. So here we go for 1 to 200 scale from JC Wings, and let's take a look. Starting off with the Boeing Dreamlifter bare metal Boeing 747-400 freighter. This is November 747 Bravo Charlie. What a nice registration there. This also comes with a stand as well. This looks like a really cool aircraft. Typically we're getting the belugas with these Dreamlifters, so it's really cool to get a 747. I think this aircraft is not interactive, but maybe it is, but that should be a pretty expensive model, but it should look really nice. So a very unique one at that, and I like the variety we're seeing from JC Wings as of late. That's awesome. Following that, next up we have an American Airlines Boeing 767-300ER One World. This is November 395 Alpha November. Wow. That is nice. That looks really clean. I'm definitely gonna have to see what the price is. I would really like to get something like this. I've wanted to get another American Airlines wide body. This one's $123, which honestly seems like a pretty reasonable price. And I think that JC Wing 767 mold's pretty applicable. So maybe that would make for a good Christmas gift. I'm not sure, but that'll definitely be one that I'm looking into because it would be nice. You know, it's not a 757 or even a 777 for that, but this is a very unique one at that. I did get to see a 767-300 One World with the winglets. I'm not sure what the tail number was. It was back in 2012. Yeah, I think it was 2012 or 13, but it was really cool to get to see that. Definitely need to take a look at that, but that would be a very cool one to add to the collection. I could definitely see it up there with the 777. Even my I do have the One World 757. What I'm thinking, trying to get woke up this morning, but that would make a really nice compliment, and definitely looking to expand that chrome fleet in the 200 scale. So that will definitely be one that I consider, just like that A319 from InFlight we saw. I think they're almost the same price too, which is crazy. Here's the Singapore Airlines Boeing 757-200. This is 9 Victor Sierra Gulf Lima, and this is in their retro livery. Singapore's livery's not changed a whole bunch over the years, and you can definitely see it with this 757. This is a nice, another great retro release right here. I really like that cheat line right there with that darker yellowish shade. So nice release right there, and that one will sure be nice going into the future. Great release, JC. Following that, we have a, I'm going to try to start sounding out words so I pronounce them right, but I think this is a Shahazabaz, something like that. Boeing 727-100 Echo Papa Mike Romeo Papa. This is a really cool livery. I don't know why, but it seems like every time we do one of these release reactions, every time we see a retro plane for the most part, especially dating back to T-Tail heaven, if you will, back when they were very prominent, we have a metal underbelly, which is all good and everything, but man, it's on like every aircraft. So this is a cool one. Glad to get to see this released right here, and JC's definitely going to hit it home with the 1 to 200 retro collectors this month. I really like this aircraft, and great to see the variety so far in the retro department. Following that, we have a newer aircraft. This is the Kuwait government Gulfstream G5, I believe. This is a 9 kilo Alpha Juliet Foxtrot. It's a nice way to crank it back into some modern stuff. I really like this aircraft. Delivery is very cool in this one. Now, I cannot remember if NG did the exact Kuwait government one or not. I know that there was something similar to this that NG did, but I'm definitely excited to see this, and I think that Gulfstream mold that they have in 200 is pretty nice. So glad to get to see that release right there. That's a very good one. Following that, we have a Ryu Q, something like that, Air Commuter Bombardier -8 Q100. This is Juliet Alpha 8973. So my guess is this is probably a low-cost carrier or some sort of regional carrier in the Japan region. This is a very unique looking aircraft, especially with some sort of animal there on the tail. I do like the livery. It's very colorful and it looks really nice. So glad to get to see that on Q100, and that should be a good release right there for our Japanese collectors or anybody else in that region or around the world, quite frankly, that's looking for that. Very nice. Following that, we have another newer aircraft. Here's the Singapore Airlines Boeing 787-10 Dreamliner 9 Victor Sierra Charlie Mike. Now, I think this has been done in 400. I'm not completely sure if this has been done in 200 yet or not. InFlight might have done something similar to this. I'm not sure if it was a -10, but it's very cool to get to see Singapore getting another heavy done in 200 scale. That one should look really nice, and I'm excited to see how that one turns out. So another fantastic release right there from JC Wings. They've done a really good job this month. Here's another fantastic aircraft, another One World 767. This time it's going to be Japan Airlines. This is Juliet Alpha 8980. This one might have been done in 1 to 400 a few months ago. Can't remember for sure, but I am very glad to get to see this aircraft done in 1 to 200. This is another fantastic fantastic looking aircraft. I really like the detail on this one, and it looks really nice. So I'm glad to get to see that right there. And the Japan 767 looks quite cool in my opinion. So glad to get to see that done right there. That's awesome. And then here we go with our 1-400. It's 1-200, a very good set right there. That was really good. Let's see what 1-400 has to bring. We're starting off with the Thai Airways Airbus A380 Hotel Sierra Tango Uniform Echo. Very nice. So really liking the detail on this one. Glad to have some model pictures here. This one looks really good, and we are definitely seeing various A380s done now. The Aviation 400 has a mold, and also Phoenix as well. So this is a great looking aircraft, and I'm sure that one will turn out quite well there from JC Wings. Following that, we have an Etihad Chu South Korea Airbus A380 Alpha 6 Alpha Papa Golf. This aircraft also looks fantastic. I like the various detail, especially with the engine here, and then all the illustration. Let's say that the nice illustration there on the back. That's a really nice aircraft, and again, really glad to see the various aircraft getting knocked out there for Etihad. Following that, we have another A380. This is going to be the Airbus House Singapore A380, Foxtrot Whiskey Whiskey Oscar Whiskey. So you have a W wow right there. It's kind of neat. This is a good looking aircraft. I like the Singapore title right there, and also small details like the winglet color right there. That looks quite nice. So really cool. I've always thought this Airbus House livery was really cool, and I definitely hope to get a model with that sometime. I do have one of the older Boeing House liveries, so I would like to get this. This looks pretty cool, or some sort of house livery like that. Here's a Malaysia Airlines Airbus E380. This is going to be 9 Mike November Foxtrot. Another fantastic looking plane. I've always thought the Malaysia A380 is really cool. I remember seeing it in Infinite Flight way back when. And also just looking at the various color mesh with the darker navies and the lighter blue. That looks really cool in my opinion, and it turned out quite well. So another fantastic A380 release. And here we go with another one. This is a High Fly Coral Reefs Airbus A380, 9 Hotel Mike India Papa. Now I'm thinking that perhaps Phoenix I think might have done this aircraft, or somebody I thought did, but it's good to get to see this one right here. This is a very neat aircraft with a really good purpose right there. So really liking that livery. That one is very nice right there. You also appear to got some Nemos on there and all kinds of fun stuff. So cool looking plane right there. Another A380. This is just a nice, simple Qatar Airways Airbus A380, Alpha 7 Alpha Papa Juliet. Now, I believe these have got reactivated along with Airbus A340s in Qatar's fleet, so it's very exciting to get to see this released right here. I think they did a really good job in that color as well. That looks really nice. So, a fantastic looking A380. I've always thought that the Qatar A380 operation was so neat, so it's really good to get to see another 400 scale release. I think Gemini's done this in the past, so glad to get to see JC Wings getting after it right here. That's awesome. How about another one? Here's a Korean Air Airbus A380 Hotel Lima 7622. This is another good looking aircraft right here. Always love the Pepsi livery if you want to reference it as that. I think it's a great plane. Just a nice simple livery. I love it. So glad to get to see plenty of A380s, and I'm sure we're getting another one right here. Yes, we are. Singapore Airlines Airbus E380 9 Victor Sierra Kilo Golf in the SG500 ribbon livery. Glad to get to see this from various manufacturers, including JC Wings. I think that we might have went through this, released the announcement, not the actual pictures. This might be the arriving items, but it's still good to get to knock it out because these are really good. So glad to get to see that right there. How about another A380, I bet? Yep, here we go with the normal A380 9 Victor Sierra Kilo Victor. Glad to get to another standard A380, and if you're collecting Singapore A380s, this is going to be a big month for you. And here we go with something different. Here's a Lufthansa Boeing 737-500 Delta Alpha Bravo India November in the football nose livery, which looks pretty cool. Now that looks more like a soccer ball to me, but I guess that's probably the Germany version of football is my guess. So it looks good, and I'm glad to get to see them doing different liveries there. It's quite unique. And here we have a Southern Air DHL cargo Boeing 777 freighter, November 777 Sierra Alpha. I really like these hybrid liveries, and it's really cool to get to see various manufacturers doing them. Gemini Jets, NG models, or NG hasn't done one yet, excuse me, but JC Wings is what I meant there. And I'm sure we'll be seeing NG models, some of the other guys doing these too. So this is another fantastic plane if you're looking to represent a cargo DHL aircraft. There you go. And it cuts off again. Dang it, I hate when Easy Toys emails do that, but they've been cutting off on us recently, so I'm sorry that we can't see the rest, but it's probably pretty standard items. So pretty good release right there from JC, a nice way to kick it off. That American 767 really sparks my interest, so I'm definitely tempted to get that. We shall see if I'm able to, but that would make a really nice addition. I think there might be another American Airlines Chrome aircraft that got leaked online that we may be seeing here in a minute too. So let me see if I can get this locked in so we can get to our next newsletter. So let's see what we have going here. So it looks like we have some new Fox and WB by InFlights announced, so we should have some very limited editions here. So let's see what we have going right here for our InFlights. And we also have some new Aviation 200s and 400s, so probably expect some A380s. Let's see what we got here. So here we go with the WBJF InFlight 1-200 aircraft. Let's see what we have going here. Starting off with the Cathay Pacific Airbus A340-300 Bravo Hotel X-Ray Golf in the One World livery. Very unique aircraft. Cathay Pacific's really been getting knocked out in both scales as of late, so I'm glad to get to see this aircraft getting knocked out right there. That's a great release right there, so glad to get to see that. And a Singapore Boeing 757-200. Very interesting. 9 Victor Sierra Golf Mike. Sounds like JC Wings just did that too. So we saw this previously, and this is really starting to develop my theory. Is I think InFlight's really starting to make fun of JC Wings when they announce stuff, because that literally just happened on the previous one. I don't know if it was the same exact tone number, but I really feel like InFlight is purposely trying to make fun of JC Wings, which is a very interesting theory, and perhaps going to have to be a video I make, because I mean, here's another prime example of it, and let's see if we can find another one here. Okay, here's something a little bit more original. Here we have a KLM Boeing 747-206 Bravo. This is going to be Papa Hotel Delta Uniform X-ray, or Echo, excuse me. This is a great looking aircraft right here. I thought that they might have did something like this. Maybe it was a 100 or some sort of KLM 747 retro got done previously, but the more the merrier in my opinion, and this is looking great right here from InFlight. Here we have a Transalvia, I think that's hopefully how you say it, Boeing 737-800 Papa Hotel Sierra Juliet. This is a nice looking aircraft right here. Love the colors on it with this very unique design right here, along with the tail, which looks quite cool. Reminds me of a little bit of the Tumblr logo, which is kind of funny, so looks kind of cool. I've never used Tumblr, so I can't speak on that too much, but it's kind of what it reminds me of when I look at that, so pretty neat. Here's a Lufthansa Boeing 737-200 Delta Alpha Bravo Hotel Sierra. So if you're looking for a retro Lufthansa, this one is probably for you. Looks great right there. I like that. 1-200 Lufthansa 737 collectors are definitely going to get after it here. Here we have some Aviation 200s for pre-order. Let's see what we got. Here's a CAAC Air China Boeing 757-200, just a government aircraft it looks like right here. Bravo's 28201. Another nice looking aircraft right here. Really like the livery that they have going with the government aircraft. Looks really nice. So glad to get to see that right there. That's absolutely awesome. Alrighty, from there we have an Air China Cargo Boeing 757-28 Sierra Bravo 2820. So this one's slightly different off of that there. Now I don't know if this has any affiliation with it, but they're pretty similar in delivery. So I don't know if this got converted over to a government aircraft from the former China Air China aircraft, or what happened, but good to get to see that right there. Those look great. Alrighty, here we have China Southern Boeing 757-200. So we're definitely getting our China 757 today. Our China 757s today. This is going to be Bravo 2851. So another good looking aircraft. I think this livery and aircraft duo really looks nice. It looks very clean. So nice to get to see that right there. And here we have our 1-400. It's going to be very interesting to see what they do this month. So let's see. Alrighty, Air China Airbus A350-941 Bravo 327 Victor. Glad to get to see that. That one turned out quite well. Really liking that. So that looks good. And here we have a Thai Airways Airbus A350-941. This is Hotel Sierra at Tango Hotel November. I love the livery on the A350 for Thai. It looks so nice. All the various colors coming together, and when you put that that new A350 mold on top of it, the 900 for Aviation 400, looks really nice. So hopeful that they'll do some, or not new, excuse me, but just additional, I should say. Really eager to see what liveries they can do going into the future. United Fantasy one would be pretty interesting if they end up getting that, and they want to do it before they get it in 2027 ETA. And that's it. So pretty simple release right there. I thought that these turned out really good. This though, the Singapore 757, really makes me wonder if they're making fun of JC Wings, but pretty interesting stuff, and it looks pretty good. So we have one more, and I think it's another JC Wings one, but it should be pretty good. So I'm excited for this. So let's see what we have going right here from, I think it's JC Wings, but let's see what we have going here. Sorry, this thing is very, very sensitive for whatever reason. Let me see if I can get it here. It takes like 15 tries. I don't know like what the, there we go. I don't know what the pics are. Dang it, I had it, guys. I'm sorry. There we go. I don't know what the pic said. I don't know if you have to like click on it or what it is, but we eventually get it. So this is the one I was referencing right here. Let's just see if it's first. JC Wings confirmed arriving January 1-200. Yes, an American Airlines Concorde, November 191 Alpha Alpha. A very interesting plane. Now, I've really wanted to get a Concorde 1-200 for quite some time. I don't know if I want to do this one or not. The British Airways or Air France would be more standard, but this is definitely a very unique fantasy model, and I don't really have a 1-200 fantasy model, so maybe this would be the time to get it. Let's see how much it is, and hopefully they have the picture on there because it looked really cool. I did see it online. No, they do not. $117.99. That's not bad for a 1 to 200 Concorde, I would say, pretty average. So looks good, and I'm excited to see how that one turns out. Well, I already saw the picture, but in like reviews and everything, so should be good. Alrighty, and here we have the future 1 to 200 releases. Excuse me. Let's see what's going on here. Already, it flaps down on the Pond Airways Boeing 777-200 ER. This is Juliet Alpha 745 Alpha. Demon Slater. I'm not even going to try the rest of that, but I feel like Phoenix did this one. Not flaps down, but I think Phoenix also did this aircraft, so we are seeing so much overlap, and it definitely sparks my interest to make a video on this topic, especially between particularly JC Wings, Aviation 400, and Phoenix. There's just something going on there, and even NG, if you want to call it that, and heck, even throw Gemini on that a little bit. But we are seeing so much overlap there. I don't think it's intentional, but we are seeing so much overlap between all those brands. So it definitely sparks my interest to make a video, because you can literally get about any version of, like, for instance, the A380 that you want right now. So very interesting, but what can I say? And here's the normal standard 777-200ER. So glad to get to see JC doing that with their pretty outstanding 777 mold, I would say. Very nice. Flaps down on the Pond Boeing 787-9, and Phoenix just did this one too with the Future Promise. So is everybody making fun of each other? I guess so. Juliet Alpha 871 Alpha. I'm definitely gonna have to consider making a video on this, because this just doesn't end. JC's done it, Phoenix has done it. Heck, Aviation 400 might be next if they get that going. So we'll have to see. And here's the standard one as expected, because that's just what these guys do best, especially. I feel like this one was done by Phoenix too. What is this? This is a China Airlines Pokemon Airbus A321neo Bravo 18101. Check out my video from last week, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but all three of these have been done thus far by Phoenix last month, that is crazy. I'm definitely gonna have to make a video on this, because that's the third time. And then if you count the JC Wings InFlight exchange, that is the fourth time. What is with this? This is crazy. Now, actually, these might have been done in 1 to 400. I forgot this was the 1 to 200 list, but still, that is just crazy to think about that these are all getting done here, especially if they do them at 400 next. Let's see what happens. Okay, this one's a little bit more original. Airbus A321 house livery, Foxtrot Whiskey Alpha Bravo from InFlight right here. I think this is another fantastic looking aircraft. Again, I do like the newer style of the house livery. It looks pretty good, so nice to get to see that aircraft right there. Okay, this is going to be very interesting for the future 1 to 400. Here we go. Flaps down, Asiana Airbus A350-900 Hotel Lima 8381 Fly Korea football livery. I think this looks pretty good, and again, just like the Germany situation, this must be their version of football. So it looks pretty good. I like the variety that livery presents. So glad to get to see that right here. And you already know the drill. We get a flaps up, because that's just JC Wings at their finest. And here we go. This is literally what I'm talking about. Here's that flaps down Demon Slater livery. So what can I say? And then we're going to have a standard. It shouldn't even really take too much time to assess that. And what you want to bet, we're going to have that green ANA 787-9 environment livery. Very funny. So there we go. So didn't really bamboozle each other too bad, but it is interesting how JC Wings is so fine with doing both scale planes in the same release. Gemini just will not do it. So pretty interesting. Well, they will every now and then. They'll do one or two, but in terms of like this, they don't quite do it. And what you want to bet, it's going to be that darn Air China or China Airlines or whichever A321 Pokemon livery it was. This one actually I think is a different picture, but this is exactly what the livery was. So very interesting. And then from there we're gonna have something else. Let's see. Nope, that is it. So it definitely makes me think that they're trying to make fun of Phoenix right there. But what can I say, as that was a very interesting release video. So I believe that is all of them. So yeah, pretty quiet week, but still pretty good. So I hope you guys enjoyed it nevertheless. Definitely expect Aero Classics next week. I think that'll be coming out next week. And then for the future of release reactions, Gemini Jets should be coming out in the next like 3 or 4 weeks. So expect that. NG model should be in the next week. So definitely expect that one too. And outside of that, hopefully we get some more releases. Hobby Master, I'm sure will be showing back up here in the next couple of days. Hopefully we get some more exclusives from Panda or something. That would be great. A Panda model release, I'm sure, is on the way too. And I think I also covered the HYJL wing stuff, so definitely check that out as well. So really, really good variety. Again, very glad to get to see all these various releases. Quite awesome to get to see all the variety we're getting in 400 and 200 now, especially with all these different variants. So I'll definitely try to make a video on that subject with all these various duplicates we're getting, because especially over the last year, it's really been amping up, and I think it's definitely worth discussing what's going on with that and really diving into that and seeing if we can find a logical assessment on it. But if you want whatever version, you got the opportunity right now, so definitely go get it. But nevertheless, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Very excited for upcoming releases, and I hope you guys are as well. So with all that being said, that will do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe, trust the process, do what you love, and love what you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.